Guys. You notice? I held the cup in my hands this time, not in my head. I can put a cup on my head and dance. And I'm trying to learn how to dance. But don't get it twisted. I did dance at the university. I was a dancer. I was a pepperette at Tennessee State University in the 60s.
Is it a pepperette or a tappet?
It was pepperettes, but they were the tapettes. We tapped. I was a tap dancer. Miss Wilson, I was a tap dancer. Your mama could dance then. Okay. So when I hear music, I just, hey, take away. Greetings, family, Africans. We're going to try this again. If you saw my last tape, my cup almost fell off my head because I was dancing. And, like to say again, every time we give thanks to the Creator. Thanks for being here. Thanks for loving on us. Thanks for security and unforgiveness and good health and family. Also to the elders, the ancestors, permission to speak. You know, when you do that, everything I feel like come out of my mouth is for good and not for bad, just to love myself and my country of Ghana, Africa, period. Now today, this is the second part. My daughter now, Kosia Ohu Wilson. She can tell you her whole name.
Kosua Ohu Ajay Gordie the first.
You heard that, didn't you? And did you hear the dogs agreeing with her with the thank you, thank you, thank you. So today is just a chit chat. We have seen many topics on the social media. Akon for one, on his statement, and this is just us talking now. We're not remember, it's just our opinion, what we talk about during the day, what we talk about in our homes. And so my daughter suggested that we just do a little quiet talk about the social media, talking about Akon and his statement. What was that about, Eric? What did he say? Because you all know.
First, let's clarify, I didn't make any suggestions. You made all the suggestions.
Oh, okay. You made suggestions,
and what we were talking about was basically the Akon statement. And I'll quote it for you for clarification. It's basically Akon is getting a lot of backlash, saying that African Americans need to get over slavery. But to make it a bit more of a quote, exactly what he said was, in Senegal, he said, we've kind of overcome the thought of slavery. We don't even think about it. And the only time we think about it, honestly, is when we're doing tours at Gorée Island. Outside of that, people have lived and moved way beyond the slavery concept. He also goes on to say, I think it's just a part of letting the past go and moving towards the future. And I think in the U.S., they have the stigma of just not letting go of the past and blaming the past on every mishap of, disappointment. I think as long as you hold on to their past, there's a lot of weight that you carry with you everywhere you go. It's hard to move forward and move fast when you got a weight on your back. You just got to let it go.
Is he talking about economic
I th-
success, financial, which goes together, that we, as African Americans, some of us as African Americans, can achieve because we're talking about the man is on my back. The man, we can't have a business because the white man is on his back. He won't let us do this. We do hear a lot of that. Some of African Americans bring that up a lot in I can't get this done. Even in Ghana, some African Americans who are there from that diaspora who, you're at the table and we're talking about what the white man didn't do, what the white man, and maybe speaking on subjects like that. We just.
I mean, I think he is maybe coming from it from a business perspective. And actually, I don't disagree with his statements. I just feel like there's a lack of sensitivity
That's true.
in the statement when you. It's kind of like what white people say, just get over it. Again, I'm all about bridging the gap, between the diaspora and the motherland, and I'm just tired of the gap. I hear Africans don't like us. That conversation is so tiresome to me. And I feel like Africans on the continent need to cry for our ancestors that were captured and enslaved because those are their ancestors
That's
as well.
true.
I think, this is just my opinion, I think African American history should be taught in any school that African Americans or Africans in diaspora exists, any country. If it's Latin America, if it's the Central America, if it's the Caribbean, if
In
it's
Korea, in Asia,
Right.
everywhere, because we everywhere.
Yeah, I think the history should be taught,
And here too.
but specifically it should be taught in Africa. So
Yes,
because we
agree.
share a loss of ancestors, we share
It's
a
that.
loss of history,
And
and
family, love, and blood, and
Yeah.
shed, and death. We are one.
and we don't. We, African Americans, they aren't interested in Africa because we're far away from it. We don't know where we come from. We have created our own way of life here, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's how the world has been created for. I'm not so caught up into the fact that people migrate from here to there and cultures take over. That's really history of the world, but we do have this disconnect. It's not a good thing. And I get what he also goes on to say, why do we want to stay here in a country where they treat you like this when you can come to Africa and make your
we
way?
don't want to come. I don't know
And
why.
it's true. But what I'm saying is when I say there's a lack of sensitivity, he doesn't understand that when you're in a black country, you don't have that weight on your shoulder.
You don't have that black.
We don't
weight.
have
You
that
don't
chip
have
on
that.
your shoulder because
No, you don't.
and you're very relaxed. When I'm in Ghana, I don't
fail
feel
to succeed because of you, the person,
Exactly.
not the color of your skin.
Exactly. You deal with people on their character and their content truly when you're in a black country. So it's easy to say, okay, get over it, but you don't understand
How we
have to
get
deal
over
with it when the country that we live in, that we've built, that we've helped make, that we are also
And
entitled
we're
to.
part of America.
Right.
You can go to Africa, but you still got the American in you.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
still, there's a saying, I wasn't born in Africa, Africa was born in me. Same thing about America. You still go to Africa, but that America is still in you. We do everything we can to try to get over and say, oh, not me or whatever, but there's still some American ways that's embedded in us that it's kind of hard to, just get over it. Because our family is still here. I don't know too many people from the diaspora, whether you're Jamaican or whatever, that when you Caribbean, that when you come and live on the continent, you still have family members still there in the country you left all these years and born in.
Right.
So it takes time, and
we've got to bridge the gap. That's all. My only criticism to those statements is I just don't think we need to have those statements anymore. Those conversations, we don't need to perpetuate the distance between us all the time. We need to be bringing each other together. An African and the African American, we are one people.
African and African Americans unite, develop for African kind. That's my motto.
Yeah.
And then there's another subject that we have been laughing about, not really discussing, trying to research it. We've been on, my daughter's been on the web looking to see about this Tracy Boachi in Ghana. I think it's a political situation.
The Papano scandal.
And, what is Papano? Papano means that man, I was told.
But we can't get any of the news in English, so we
it's
can't get the
in
whole
tree,
story.
So, hey, isn't that
So
horrible?
if anybody wants to tell us the whole story, all I know
do.
is...
And is it worth us talking about? We know nothing. I know it's a political statement or something, but it's like our hip-hop, is, I don't know how you say it, but it's social media. But you can't look at Ghana unless you see that Tracy Boachi situation. And we're just curious, what is that about?
Mm-hmm.
What is it about? My big brother, Nana Kwabena, he said, Nana, you don't need to know about that. That's, he's not interested in it. It's just a bunch of, political
gossip.
Gossip. That's what it is. Ghana gossip. We don't know, and we're not... saying we should look at it, but we're just curious today. That was our discussion today, was some of the topics and conversation we were having just in the house. So that is the only thing we have for this episode, was just talking about what we talk about in the house. So hope you enjoyed our personal conversation. And there's a daughter I want to mention too. I don't want you to go right now, Erica. It's Lacey. Naya. I want to greet you out. Naya. Lacey, I wanted to greet her and say I love you as usual and keep up the good work, and all is going to be well with you, and I want you to know that. So, of course, when we cut this off, I'll say, oh, Erica, I didn't mention this. Can you think of anything?
All I can think about is, what is next? Ajua Yankee.
Hey, Ajua Yankee. She want to do it to me, y'all. She want to do it to me. But no cup tonight. I'm going to do a trade next time I come. Maybe, hey. Remember the day when we could move ourselves and use ourselves. Ice Cafe, Culture Center in Kumasi.